Hello guys, this is Model 3102 here, back again on the layout. Sorry it's been a little while since I've last posted, but not much has changed in the layout since, except for a few more purchases. I know back in the last update I made, I sent in 2 locomotives to my local hobby shop, Engine House Services, to get work done, and I finally got them back yesterday. I'll show you this one. This one's an Athearn ready to roll SD60. It now has Soundtrack Tsunami sound installed. I also had LEDs put in and ditch lights front and rear per the prototype on these CNSD60s. And Engine House Services, they got them in the right spot, both front and rear on the locomotive. They did break a couple of the MU cables a little bit on the top, but that honestly doesn't. It bugs me a little bit, but not really. It's what it is. I've broke already quite a bit of MU cables in the first place, so it's not I'm not the only one that breaks them. That was the first locomotive I sent in. This other one is an Athearn ready Genesis GP40-2W, or LW I should say. That I had a loose wire repaired because when I would take the front trucks off but keep the rear ones on, it would not power up. But if I take the rear ones off, it would stay powered on. The locomotive would work if like the rear trucks would work if the front ones were on, but the front ones would not work if the rear ones would not if the front ones were off. So that was repaired, and then I had LEDs also put in this locomotive, and I'll show you what they look like right now. So now I have both locomotives I took into Engine House Services on the main track. The one with the Athearn ready to roll SD60, that's pulling a train, and then I just moved my Genesis unit up on the main, and these what they look like with the LEDs on. And I'll be honest, I am really impressed on the LEDs. I'm glad the Engine House Services did not use the bluish type LEDs. They're more the golden white LEDs, or the sunny white, or whatever white LEDs that they used, but whatever they used, they're amazing. They're a little pricey, how much it were to get all this done, but it was well worth it. So here's the long hood of the LEDs that Engine House Services put on. It doesn't look more of a golden white from the long hood on the GP40, but that's from my look, and that's just from one angle. And how Engine House Services did the wiring on the SD60 was that F5 controlled the front ditch lights, F6 controls the rear ones. And the thing I like to know is how they turn off when you're in reverse. So like when I'm in reverse, I don't want to have my front ditch lights on, I want my rear ones on, and vice versa. If anyone knows what programming that is, let me know. I'm going to do a little bit of researching on that. I just want to, I'll go off of what I do on researching, but I also want to see if what people are saying is what I'm finding on the internet. So that's that. Here's a big announcement. that I want to make, and it's more of an older announcement, but it hasn't been announced since I last made an update, that I'm officially a member of the Wapaka Area Model Railroaders Club based out of Wapaka, Wisconsin. I'll put the link in the description on the club that I'm in. Since I've joined the Wapaka Area Model Railroaders Club, I have attended 2 train shows that we've been at. One of them was the Arctic Run in Stevens Point, and the other one was the La Crosse and Three Rivers train show, which just happened 2 weekends ago. And I'll show you what I bought from the La Crosse and Three Rivers train show. So here's what I bought at the La Crosse and Three Rivers train show. Was I bought from Engine House Services on the left was a scaletrains.com Evans 5100 boxcar kit, and I am really impressed with how the boxcar turned out. Although I made a little mistake on the coupler part, because it almost doesn't want to go back to like normal standard position. It's like off-centered a little bit. But the couplers on these things aren't bad, but I'm just going to replace them with KDs in the first place. So this is what I got at Engine House Services right here. And then what I bought at Perry's Hobbies is this Intermountain. It's like a more of a special run. It's I think it's a 4760 cubic foot hopper. I want to think it's 4760, but it's a Bentonite hopper in DME. It's lettered for the RCP Rapid City Pure Eastern. I actually ran those 2 cars on my train as well at the La Crosse show once they bought them. If anyone wanted to know, I was running these 2 locomotives primarily at the La Crosse show. This Intermountain Givo, Norfolk and Western. If you saw that at the La Crosse and Three Rivers show or at the Arctic Run in Stevens Point, that was what I was running. And then I had my Intermountain SD40-2, the CN lettered for IC 6112. Those were the units that I had running the most at the past show, and those were the 2 units I ran at the Arctic Run. And then I also ran this pair a little bit at the La Crosse show just 2 weeks ago. The 2 Intermountains sitting back there, the SD40-2 and the GTW 5936, and then the wide cab SD40-2W 5247 right behind that. I didn't run those that often, but I did run them on the club layout for a little bit. And then I bought a few cars at the Arctic Run. I bought some at the Arctic Run. I bought from the Great Northern Historical Society this Athearn Blue Box kit, Great Northern hopper car. This one was slightly weathered. It is my first weathered car that I now own, and the only one that I own. It was like $14 assembled, weathered, and had KD couplers. So I was impressed on how cheap I could get it for a Athearn Blue Box kit car with KD couplers, metal wheels, and slightly weathered. I was impressed. Then I bought at Engine House Services. Oh God, I can't remember which one I bought from where. I think I bought this at. Oh, sorry. I think I bought this at Engine House. It's a Intermountain Green Bay and Western boxcar. And then what I bought at Teskey's Trains. Let me get there. Sorry again. What I bought at Teskey's Trains was this Walther's DM&E cement hopper. And then also at those three were at Arctic Run that I bought. What I bought the lacrosse train show is this bad boy from Engine House. This is a TCS Wow sound decoder with the Keep Alive. It is a 9-pin decoder that you can pretty much treat this as a plug and play. The only thing that you would have to solder is the speaker wires, and that's it. As you can show in the diagram. I did buy a Tsunami decoder and a couple speakers at the Arctic Run, and I was trying to install this decoder in my Athearn SD45, the Wisconsin Central. Shells right back there, and there's the frame and chassis, and there's the fuel tank. That's the decoder. No, that's not the decoder. That's the decoder and the speaker. And problems were occurring for me because there's a few errors or mistakes that I should have been corrected. I have a soldering iron that is not a pencil tip. That is mistake number 1 on my part. I also don't have flux. That is mistake number 2 on me. And that was my first attempt at a sound decoder by myself that required quite a bit of soldering. Mistake number 3. Plus, I did not get the right speaker size for this locomotive. Mistake number 4. And I tried to install a Soundtrack's current keeper by myself, which didn't work out the best because of how with all the wiring for the capacitor and how I soldered. So that's 5 major mistakes. And now this locomotive is pretty much on the back burner for now. And then another mistake I did was I tried to install the Soundtrack's current keeper in my Atlas GP40, and that went wrong, and I accidentally burnt a wire from the speaker of that locomotive. So now I have that locomotive, my Atlas GP40, back at Bradley DCC. He is now going to be installing a Soundtrack's current keeper that I bought from the Arctic Run. That will be the Soundtrack's current keeper that will be going in that locomotive. That is already equipped with Tsunami sound that was done by Engine House. So what Bradley DCC is doing is he is installing that current keeper, fixing that wire that I accidentally burnt, and then he is also installing ditch lights front and rear for that locomotive. I have not received an email yet from him on the payment, so I'm expecting an email from him sooner rather than later on this locomotive, the Atlas GP40. But for now, this Athearn SD45 is on the back burner, and is probably going to be on the back burner for a while, because I am going to be spending quite a bit of money in the next 8 months, 8, 9 months on model railroading. I have a Intermountain SD40-2 coming within the next month with Loc Sound. I just finished up paying for these 2 locomotives I sent in the engine house for repair, although fortunately for me, I only had to pay $37 in total because I was just down in Guatemala and Belize for a school Spanish trip, and my parents were nice enough to give me 2 Visa gift cards, $500, $250 in each, for me to spend. I only used 1 card, and I only spent $150 on that 1 card. So I pretty much used the other $350 on those 2 locomotives that I just got all the LEDs and stuff installed. So, and actually the total price was like $402 something. I think it was $402.64, but the price dropped another $20 because I'm part of the Wapaka Area Model Railroads Club. They gave me 20% discount on the sound decoder that they installed in the SD60. So that's what I got for being part of the club. Was an extra $20 in my pocket. And then I'm going to be spending, I'm going to say at least $200 on the Atlas GP40 that is going to be worked on by Bradley DCC. Like I said, ditch lights are going in front and rear on the GP40. So that's going to get done. Plus LEDs will be installed in those. So that's somewhat good, substantial right there. It may honestly be a little less because it's not an actual sound decoder installation. So it may honestly be less than $200, but who knows. What else? I have also pre-ordered a Ather Genesis GP38-2 that is not expected to come out until late this year, early next year. And then I'm planning, when it comes out, buying a Ather Genesis SD70 with sound in the Illinois Central Death Star paint. I have like I said, the GP38-2 I have on pre-order for late this year, early next year, is in Illinois Central paint. Both those will have Tsunami sound. So that's a good substantial money coming out right then and there. So if anyone has any soldering tips for me, you are more than welcome to share it with me. If there's any tips on what I should do with the SD45 that I have in the back burner, give me tips on that. So far, once that SD45 is off the back burner, it will eventually get sound installed and LEDs. And I'm hoping for ditch lights front and rear on this locomotive. But if I cannot get ditch lights on those locomotives, that will probably be in the back burner for 2 years for ditch lights if I can't get them now. So I'm hoping once I can work a little more this summer, then this locomotive will hopefully be off the back burner. Because I really want to be running this locomotive, but if I can't get the sound, if I can't get the decoder to get installed, then it's going to be on the back burner. Other than that, I think that's it. for me to say. So hopefully, if you're coming to the Titletown Train Show in Green Bay in April, hopefully I can see you then there at the Wapaka Area Model Railroads booth, because I will be there. I have not decided when I'm going to run at that show yet, but I'm hoping to possibly run these 2 units at the Titletown show and represent Engine House at the show, but not literally, by representing their service. Other than that, I think that's it. Until next time, adios.